watch this. So I love how basically the car red lines and the steering wheel red lines at the same time. So look at this, ready? Look at the difference between these two. This thing is so thick. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode from Backyard Boys. I am so excited for this episode because it is finally time to work on my Rs3 and finally get the final pieces of mods and just everything I want for the car on the car, just because all these mods been waiting around, sitting around, and just anyways, let me tell you guys about my excitement, and I'll show you guys why I'm so excited. So first thing we gotta do is put on a intercooler. We got this fat intercooler for this beast over here, and at the end of this video we're gonna go ahead and actually tune it to a, so that's the intercooler right over there. Oh, thing is huge. Let me actually pull it out of here. Give me some time. Woo! That's a big muchaba, I'll tell you that. Look at that. UNITRONIC. You guys knew I was gonna get all of these UNITRONIC parts. Guys, I just want to give a huge shout out to UNITRONIC right off the bat. I've had this car for about 5,000 miles now. It's been tuned for about 4,000 miles. Dude, not a single problem with the car. Literally, the car is a beast. Literally destroys everything like on the road. I have not lost to a race. That's, well, I haven't maybe raced anything crazy, but it is super fast for what it is. On stage 2, simple bolt-ons, just a downpipe and intake right now, but we are gonna upgrade the intake. Speaking of, we got a crazy looking intake over here, and just, oh my goodness, I don't know, I'm just in loss of words. I'm slurring my words. I'm way too excited to get this thing on the car. It's gonna look so good with our, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about right now. Look at that carbon fiber engine bay, which popped off. Look at that carbon fiber engine bay. It's gonna look so good. Engine cover, sorry about that, engine bay. So this all is gonna be carbon, and we're gonna step it up from a 3-inch to a 4-inch. So we're not gonna have a suffocating point in the intake. We should in theory have boost earlier, and if I'm not mistaken, it should hold the boost longer. Not too sure about that, but this piece right here gets replaced with this carbon one over here, right there. Oh man, is this engine bay gonna look absolutely stunning. That's the next thing we're gonna go on, and once again, huge shout out to UNITRONIC. These parts are so gorgeous. Just look at the stamping and just look at how everything is made. It's just so clean and professional. I'm literally in love. Next thing we gotta do in this episode is actually change that headlight over there. I can show you guys why. Well, maybe if you guys seen the previous episodes on the Rs3, this daytime running light is not fully lit on that one, and I did all my diagnostics. I tried to do all my troubleshooting, change all the computers here and back, and turns out there's the headlight. I'm hoping it's the headlight, otherwise it's gonna be some kind of electrical issue, but I doubt it. So I don't know. That's the headlight over here. I purchased one used off eBay. Should be pretty decent condition. Needs a little buff over here and little edge, but should be fine. We're gonna replace this in this episode. We're gonna pull the bumper off to install the intercooler, so might as well get that replaced. Next thing is we have this piece over here. So what this is, is a step up from a 3-inch to a 4-inch. That way we can run our intake from UNITRONIC. Guys, this excitement of putting this on is real, but I know it's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt to put this on. It's kind of tucked in over there. Now, the moment of truth, the thing I've been waiting to put on the car forever. This thing is absolutely sick, completely custom made to my spec, exactly what I wanted, and huge shout out to Dyna Performance for making this. Look at that beast. Look at that beast. Dude, look at this. Forged carbon fiber, shift lights, we got forged carbon fiber paddles, Alcantara, red stitching, flat bottom, just everything I dreamed of in a steering wheel. And this right here is going into my basically daily driven Rs3. I am so pumped up, and this is just looking so sick. It's gonna complete the interior, and it's just gonna be, oh my goodness, guys. I'm out of words. I'm excited to get all that stuff connected. I'm gonna go ahead and leave all their stuff down below to their Instagram and any kind of links they do have to their website and whatnot. They custom made this completely for me, and anything I wanted, I said red stitching, this and this and that, and they made it. And everything is just crazy. Like, attention to detail here is actually crazy. You can even see that they molded the paddles onto the original. So it's not no bolt-on paddles or anything like that. Like, everything here, like, you can see how this stuff just is so clean right in there. How the Alcantara meets the forged carbon. Everything, this over here. Imagine this piece over here, look how thin it is. They shaped it all properly. Everything nice and neat. Huge shout out. This is amazing. This is literally amazing. I think we're gonna start this episode off with installing this thing because that's what I'm super pumped about installing. So let's go ahead and hop into the interior, take off our factory steering wheel and put this thing right in. We do have a little module over here and some installation guides, so Dyna Performance right over there. We have a little wire harness over here. We should have, that's a wire harness. Got a little module for the shift lights right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and find the installation guide somewhere. It should be straightforward. Get it plugged up and whoo, the interior is gonna be sick. Red seat belts. Now this, I'm mind blown. Let's get it installed. Okay, so when I initially changed this airbag over here, it was such a pain in the butt. Guys, so there's two little prongs back here where you gotta get a flathead just about this size and you gotta pull it down, and it was a nightmare. But I didn't want to show you guys that annoying process in this episode, so I went ahead and popped them both off already, and here's the airbag off like so. Got a couple connections here. Transfer all this stuff over onto the new bag, but yeah, I think we're gonna pull the battery and then go ahead and connect all this stuff. I don't want this thing to bust in my face while the battery is connected, so let's get that done. So look at the difference between these two. This thing is so thick, I can barely fit my hand around it. This thing is super thin, look at that difference. I think this is kind of smaller too, could it be? Let's see. If it is smaller, that'd be sick. No, it's identical size. It just looks smaller because it's so chunky and beefy. Cool thing about this steering wheel is that it's built off a original thing, so it's not gonna wobble or anything. So let's go ahead and slide it on. So there's a little line over here where it lines up, and you can't really put it on wrong. So there you go. If you can see inside here, come take a closer look. You see there's a line over there, and then there's a line up on the steering wheel and on the column. But dang, look at that steering wheel. That's insanity. Let's go ahead and get it mounted up, wired up, and start it up, see what it looks like. This thing is way lighter compared to that one though. And I like the aggressive edges on all of this stuff over here. This is insane. Steering wheel is literally the biggest mod you can do for an interior. So the next thing we gotta do is wire this sucker in. So this goes to clock spring. Clock spring is over there. So the wires here, they have what needs to be done on them. Basically I wired it up to this 12 volt over here. This one goes to ground, and this one says no need if power on 12 volts. Since I got the power, this one is completely unnecessary. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of dangle all this stuff in there. Plug the airbag up here. Airbag, plug this down here. Power, and pretty excited to show you guys what it looks like. We are ready to clip this in. Alright, so we got the steering wheel installed and it's just looking so darn sick in here. It's so curvy, it's so sick. I don't know, just the perfect final touch for this interior. Let's go ahead and fire it up, show you guys how it works. So basically, on here, it has a lot of stuff. So it has the RPM, miles per hour, how fast you're going. And then once you rev it, obviously it's gonna show you that. And then going on forward, we got the temperature of the car, battery voltage, whatever this is, 66% gas tank fuel left, which is pretty accurate because I filled it up recently. Then we got a timer, and then the RPM. You can set it up so you can have kilometers per hour, miles per hour. I just changed it to miles per hour. The lights are on the dash currently because I unplugged the battery, but all that stuff is gonna go away. Happy this is all installed. It's looking beautiful in here. Can't wait to test it out. But let's go ahead and start working on the front end. What is up, guys? Next morning here, and right now what we got to do is pull this front bumper off. And since we got that steering wheel installed, that took us about 5 hours, maybe a little bit less, like 4. And simply because that bag is just such a pain in the butt to pull off. Oh my goodness, it's a nightmare. Literally, you're sitting there picking at it and picking at it. Like, guys, trust me, I know how to take off a steering bag, and that one is just a pain in the butt. But that is it, and it's done. It's in there, it's installed, it's running, and it's functioning, and it's looking so sick. I don't know, I'll show you guys some panel shots once we're done. We go outside with the car, but we got to pull this bumper off, install that 4-inch inlet thing. I don't know what exactly it's called, and then install the intercooler, install the intake. I think we're gonna start off with the hard part, which is this piece over here. We got to do something over here. It's kind of tight in there. I don't know. Let's get this bumper pulled off. That way we got a little bit more room to work on it. And yeah, pull the wheel, or turn the wheels, pull the bumper off, swap that headlight out. All that stuff's gonna be done. So let's get it done. So we got the front bumper off, and the next thing we're gonna move on forward is pull off the intake. Since we are replacing all these parts, we're gonna go ahead and start stripping all this down to there. And once we're over there, we're gonna replace that piece, build that back up. And taking a look at the intercooler, it should be a pretty straightforward install. We got an intercooler pipe over there, intercooler pipe over here, screw, and this stuff should just drop off. We're gonna put the new one on. Hopefully we don't have to make any kind of custom brackets, and if we do, we can do it. Let's go ahead and pull that intake off and just start working our way back over there, back to the front with the new carbon intake from UNITRONIC, which looks 10 times million better times than this thing over here. First of all, and second of all, it's bigger. It's 4-inch. It's not suffocating our car. So we got the inlet off, and right here is a security bolt. What we got to do is slot it really deep and unscrew it with a nice thick flathead. And these kind of things you got to be really careful about, because you got basically one try. You want to make it perfect and easy on the first try, because if you don't slot it deep and you twist the screwdriver and you ruin the bolt, then it's gonna be really hard to pull it out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a belt grinder, not a belt grinder, sorry, a grinder, just a, what is it called? Just a sander wheel, whatever those things are. Gonna grind it deep over here.
Angle grinder.
Huh?
Angle grinder.
Angle grinder, there you go. And we're gonna go ahead and get a nice thick flathead and just pop that thing off. It should be just a regular bolt in there like these, like this here, basically one of these, but just with no head. So we got that PVC or PCV valve off. Yeah, PCV valve off right here. And then take a look at the difference between these two. Look at that. That's insane. Literally massive difference. I don't even know how this thing is gonna fit in there, but people made it fit, so we're gonna make it fit. So that's that over there. We're gonna go ahead and re-secure this piece on here and then slide this new one in there. I think that should really be it. Nothing really complicated. We do have a little step up over here, right here, a little adapter for it. And yeah, let's get it done. So we got this inlet on there, and the way it sits in there is kind of difficult. So this bolt here is pretty easy to access. We got it loosened up and pulled off, and the new one we got it tightened up and pull, and put onto the car. But we just kind of finger tightened it for now until we get this one here threaded. But this one here is actually facing towards the motor, and it's just near impossible with a bigger inlet to get up under it. On this one here, I got under it and I screwed it off and I got it off. But with that bigger inlet, it's just such a big bandula down here, you just can't put your hand in there. So I actually found some access by taking off the wheel, and I got direct access to that bolt. I can see it. I'm not sure if you can capture on camera. Can you see it on camera? Probably not, yeah.
Not really, no.
I'll take a little quick screenshot for those of you guys that are installing a inlet. This is probably gonna be your best bet to do it, because going under the car is super hard. Going on top, I read a couple of forums, people are saying that it's taking them hours just to get that one bolt threaded in there. So I feel like this is the best route. Take a picture for you guys, insert it here, let's get that thing installed. Okay, so I made a little mistake on saying that you can access the bolt over here. You can access it, you can see it with your eyes, but whew, we tried everything to get in there. We got extensions on extensions. We got a little, this piece here. Yeah, look at that sucker. It's just, that's not the problem. The problem is we can't get the socket onto the actual bolt because, like I said, that bulb on the bottom is just in the way. So what we're doing right now is actually pulling off the inlet, which is gonna free up a whole ton more space, and we should be able to access everything. Basically, we need to pull off the inlet either way, kind of ish, I guess. Not really, but we're pulling the intercooler off. We got it loose already. Got the inlet piping loose, so we're gonna go ahead and take the intercooler off, and with that is gonna come this inlet here. I loosened it up. You can see right here, it's completely loose. So that's it right there. Should come right off, and I pray that's gonna give us enough room to get that in there, because man, oh man, that is a pain in the butt. Let's get that intercooler off the car since we're still changing. We got a new one right over there. pulled off the inlet and we finally got that bolt tight. Took way too long, but we actually used a size 8mm just because there was gonna give us a little bit more room. We got the thing tight. Now we gotta tighten the top, size 10, but we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this inlet over here and then put on the intercooler, basically. Well, reinstall the inlet because we pulled it off to get that thing on there. Pain in the butt, man. My shoulder hurts reaching it from bottom, from the side, from the top, everywhere, but it's done now. I'm very happy about that. Take a look at that intake. We went ahead and installed everything. Fit pretty nice, pretty good, happy with everything. Obviously that first piece was a pain in the butt. My hands still hurt, like it's the next day and my hands still hurt from installing that piece. But maybe it's just me that's having a hard time because people say it takes like an hour to do it. I don't know. Next thing we're gonna do is actually go ahead and install that headlight because right after that headlight we have the intercooler and technically we could put the bumper back on. So let's go ahead and get that headlight swapped out. I'm hoping that is the headlight. I showed you guys earlier, explained earlier that only this top part is on and it's like faded out and you can't really see this one that's lit up. So it's kind of unfortunate. Or this one, sorry. Here, it gets bright and then it fades down over here. And this down here is basically dim, you can't even see it. I'm hoping it's the headlight. I don't really know what else it can be. I swapped computers, I did everything. I don't know, I'm hoping for the best. I'm gonna get in a much better mood if that's the actual problem. So we swapped over all the computers into that headlight, and here's the moment of truth, boys and girls. Finally, the headlight works. Literally, I troubleshooted it for so long. Earlier off camera, I pulled the bumper off, swapped over all the computers, and now we got the headlight fully functioning. You guys can see this whole entire thing is lit up. And I think in the beginning of the video I showed you guys that only half of it was lit. Right now it looks amazing. It looks good. I'm very happy. Next thing we gotta do is toss on that intercooler, and then do that whole stage 2 plus tuning or whatever, that custom map that Unitronic made for that 4-inch intercooler, or the 4-inch intake and the intercooler. So let's go ahead and get that done. Wow, that was a tight fitment for that intercooler, but it fit right in. We got like maybe a little, like a centimeter up here of space between the rebar and the intercooler. Everything fit into place. We didn't have to do any kind of custom stuff, so the intercooler has some really nice solid fitment. Everything's installed now. As for the mods, Unitronic stuff is all installed, and the Dyna Performance steering wheel is installed. Let's go ahead and start it up, make sure we have nothing, no air leaking, no kind of misfires or anything like that, just because I took out coil packs. And let's see what we got going on. I love this thing right here. It's so sick. No more headlight. Look at that. No more headlight light up here. We had a triangle up here for a headlight air. And add washer fluid, 1 code. And then I think the next one here is the fact that the car is still cold. Boom. Oh, hang on, that triangle lit up. Adaptive headlight malfunction. Might be a new program or something. So we got the front end together, we got all the parts on, and now it is time to actually go ahead and toss on our stage 2 plus custom map for the inlet, the intake, and the intercooler. So if you guys seen the previous videos, it's very simple here. You go ahead and connect the U-connect down over here, the OBD cable, and the rest is on your computer. It's super simple. I love the way this all works. So performance engine flash, and then it's gonna find the right one. We're gonna go ahead and get this done. It's gonna take us a couple of minutes, so catch you guys once all this stuff is complete. Then we can take the car off the frame machine and go for a good solid rip. Super excited. Quickly top this off over here. I never really topped it off before because the bumper wasn't on for good, because I knew I was going to install the intercooler. But now that we got everything connected, topped off, it should be all solid. I want to see if these bumper squirters work. Hey. Yeah, it's like it works. Wow. Feels good. Woo. I haven't felt that feeling in a while. Watch this. So I love how basically the car red lines and the steering wheel red lines at the same time. So look at this, ready? Just about at the same time, maybe just a little bit. Man, that's sick. Let's do a launch right here. I want to do a launch with these lights, shift lights, and I'm gonna take a reel and I'm gonna post on Instagram. So follow my Instagram at BYBTim to see these sick videos. Well, let's come and take a look at all of our work, what we have done, and how amazing this engine bay looks. Look at all the carbon fiber in here. Man, this looks so sick. I like how the carbon fiber weave over here matches this like 1-to-1. It's perfect. I'm still gonna get a carbon fiber cover for this here, and then it like flaps out over here. So all this is gonna be carbon, 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 and then maybe something carbon cover over here. I don't know, just kind of do a whole carbon makeover in the engine bay. But anyways, it looks super sick. I was happy because finally I got to put on the bumper for good, align all the gaps and all that stuff, and it's looking super darn good and perfect. Now I can finally go to car shows and stuff like that and feel confident about the car. And basically people won't be pointing out things like, oh, why is the gap here funny? Why is this? Anyways, we are all done. The car feels very nice. It's no check engine, no misfiring, nothing like that. We got everything connected. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a test drive, but before all that stuff, let me show you guys a couple of panel shots of the engine bay and just how the car looks like right now. And the steering wheel. The steering wheel is so sick. It's so thick, but you gotta get used to it. And look at this, ready? Boom. Look at all the gaps. Look at everything, how everything lined up. So the headlights here, I don't know why they do this, but it's weird that they do this and then it goes away and it completely goes away. Like on the Golf, it went away. The M4 is condensated and then it went away. So I guess it's climatizing. It's a normal thing for the weather. Both of them are the same. Maybe because I just kind of pressure wash the wheels as well. I'm not really too sure, but that's kind of the case over here. The car is extremely dirty. It does need to get cleaned up and a good wash, but it's finally all together. All the mods are on it besides injectors. So maybe, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do injectors yet, because if I do injectors, I'm gonna go E85, but I'm not sure. Something about E85 just scares me. I don't know, I don't know why, it's weird. Not sure if I want to go too much all out on that. I feel very safe how the car performs right now. It's nice and sturdy, it's fast, very reliable. So I'm very, very, very happy of where it's at right now. Let's go ahead and roll those panel shots. So I hope you guys enjoyed those panel shots on the RS3. The car is near perfect, exactly how I wanted. The only thing I would do is maybe get a different set of wheels or powder coat these black, I don't know. I kind of like the flat look on them, makes the car look nice and beefy, but that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We did a lot of work. This episode took us some time. Yeah, not a lot of stuff was installed, but it was a pain in the butt to get everything in there. My hands are bruised up. You can see there's bruising and scratches on all my hands, like everywhere, just to get into that bowl. It was ridiculous. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys want to support the channel, please cop yourself some merch down below. And shout out to the people that are copying merch. You guys don't realize how far that goes. And thank you guys once again for pressing that like button. And if you guys are new, smash that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.